The Nashville number system. What is it? How did it come about? And why is it that you have to know this system if you are a musician? Okay, so the Nashville number system, in short, is a way of notating and thinking about music with numbers instead of our standard musical alphabet and sharps and flats. This system developed somewhere in the late 50s by studio musicians in Nashville, specifically Neil Matthews of the Jordanaires, who sang with Elvis Presley and a bunch of other artists, came up with this shorthand for notating music and reading music in the studio. See, in the 50s, studio musicians would, instead of writing everything down, instead of having some sort of chart or something to read, they would memorize these songs, sometimes the night or the week before. And so this would take a lot of time, of course, because they had to commit these songs to memory. So if you've ever read a chord chart or a lyric and chord chart before, you know you could just look at the chords and play the chord where the lyric is, right? So in a similar fashion, it saves a lot of time if you can look at something like that as opposed to memorizing it. Well, more specifically, what the number system allows you to do is to actually notate in a way that's very musical as opposed to, say, like a lyric chord sheet. Okay. Now, the number system is so specific, and it opens up your understanding of music in a way that you may not have thought of before. And so let me tell you very quickly a story about how I came about to knowing the number system and embracing this. So I'd been playing guitar for somewhere around 15 or 20 years, actually moved to Nashville, and was exposed to the Nashville number system in studios and did not know what it was, didn't know how to decipher it, and felt like a fish out of water. And so I asked several musicians about this system and what it was all about and what have you. And in short, they said, if you're going to survive in Nashville, you need to know how to decipher the Nashville number system. And what I discovered was, kind of by accident, which is part of what this course is going to be, is that not only was I able to notate and decipher music off the page, it basically helped me to understand music in a way that I had never understood it before, and I don't think to this day I would understand it quite as well if I hadn't gone through this. See, essentially what this system allows you to do is look at music from, say, like a 30,000 foot level. To give you an example, if you've never flown in a plane before, and the first time you get in a plane and you go up 100 feet, 1,000 feet, 10,000, 30,000 feet, the ground looks entirely different than how it looked when you were driving around. You know, there's a mall over here, and there's an exit over here, and you're on a highway, and that's all you can see. But when you get up 100 feet and 1,000 feet, now you can see a clover leaf where you were turning, and you can see the mall, and you can see a ball field, and you can see all these different parts of this area that you hadn't seen before just because of your perspective. And that's exactly what the Nashville number system will do for you, is it will allow you to see music and understand it in a way that you hadn't understood it before. And it's absolutely magical, and it's absolutely changed the way that I view music and the way that I understand music, and it'll do the same thing for you. All right? So we have a basic idea of what the number system is, where it came from, and how it's absolutely going to revolutionize the way that you think about music. So let's dig in.